Recording. Hi, Jebs. Sibuyile with another video, guys. Thanks to Jebs, we are going to be talking about prosecutorial driven case. Sikhuwa. Because lama gama yawuthusa Jabulo. I didn't know that. Okay, Jabulo, initially I thought when you are dealing with cases, it's gonna be the investigator, ne? They are going to investigate and then go to the to NPA to say this is what we've got. They will get allocated to someone that they will speak to. And then that someone will check the docket and see this and this and this and this will work and this won't work. How about if you get this and this will take us to real prosecuting. Isn't that how it goes?
Kinda.
Okay. Because I keep hearing people in that other case, as Free State, and this one of the North Gauteng, we are hearing something whereby now the prosecutor is too much into the business, as if he is the one that went and arrested these people. Somehow, I don't know, I could be wrong in my thoughts. I'm not a legal person. Why now are they the one that are instructing instead of them accepting information from the investigator and saying, this and this won't work. We won't have a case when we use this and this and this, unless you have APs, and then it ends there. Not them being the one who are the drivers of the entire situation.
Well, like I always say this thing, you know what? Sometimes when certain issues have legal limitations, it's a problem, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, I cannot do that. But what I can do, no. Because one, we're analyzing things, we're sharing things, and before I can even get to the prosecutor things, we've been looking at Ntanzi as evidence. Ne? We've been looking at cases that Ntanzi has been linked to, and we've been looking at case 163 of Nongom.
Yes.
2018, angithi? I want to show you something now.
Okay.
I did not tell you anything about this one. I'm going to show you something. Noni?
Yes.
Noni, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Yes, Noni. This is a media statement by police, KZN.
Yes, in 2018.
Yes.
2018,
12.
03.
Oh,
okay. Political task team investigators in KZN are appealing for assistance from members of the community with regards to a wanted murder suspect in the attached pictures. Msawenkosi Thabani Ndimande, 26, is wanted for the murder of a councillor in 2017. On 30 August 2017, Kwazi kwakhe Everlasting Mkhize, 35, was shot and fatally wounded whilst returning from a meeting at Enkanyezi. He sustained multiple gunshot wounds all over the body. A case of murder was opened at the Camperdown Police Station and assigned to the political task team for investigation. On 22nd.
Hold it there.
Okay.
Hold it there. Hold. None. Hold.
Okay.
Bob. Complete.
So this case was from 2017?
No, the case, ne, what is important, Camberdown police station, and they want people that needs to be arrested, ne? Now, accused number 5. Who was he sharing with the cell with the Kalagabosha?
I don't know.
Not the comment, look at the comment.
Is this a guy
No,
who was,
yes.
is this a guy who was sharing a cell with Nduli at
Yes. So, Mina, I will leave these things because I've been saying these things on, you can see the post, when the post, I posted it. But I was quiet. I was not shupeshing things, ne?
Yes.
I was quiet. Then, ne? Then, you see, Lana Gukona, what's the surname that is here? Musa Nkosi Thabane Demand. Yes. Now, I'm going to take you, I'm going to stop sharing. We're going to come back here.
Okay.
Because when I know this one here today, it's going to be fireworks. If you have a liver to consume this thing, that's the risk. That's the risk of having me in your space. Now, Noni, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Now, this is the case that they spoke about. Brigadier Gininda also spoke about this case. Pietermaritzburg court sentence. Brigadier Gininda said they assisted. Remember when Mngomezulu brought information, they said this is sensitive case. They don't know how Mngomezulu got this information.
Yes.
But this information, Bona, they also assisted. These people were sentenced sometimes in March 2022 by Maritzburg. Ubani umuntu okhona lapho?
uMakimba Buthelezi.
Yes. And nobani? Nothabani Ngwenya. Yes. So, no, what I'm trying to tell you now, I want South Africa to know what when I'm always questioning the issue of case 163, I just didn't want to say this thing up until the case starts. But if you are reading through my timeline, you will have known why I've been saying that. Because uMakimba Buthelezi, when were they arrested? They were arrested, Nancy date, August 2018, at Mapopo, Nongoma. Do you understand? Hence, I always say, which if they're talking about Nongoma case, it cannot be 16310 of 2018. But a 16310 of 2018, it's not the Nongoma case, it's a Camberdown case. But anyway, Don. So that is why Umokgane no Gininda, they went to Kalagabosha. Because at Kalagabosha, who did they find there? They found accused number 5. Accused number 5, coincidentally, is sharing a case with this person who was arrested.
Nothabani.
Yes.
He's sharing a cell, not a case.
Yes, he's sharing a cell with a Camberdown case. Read again now in October.
On 22nd October 2018, detectives were conducting an investigation into the murder when they spotted the suspect's vehicle with 4 occupants at Enkanyezi. They instructed the suspect to stop, but he sped off whilst shooting at police. He lost control of the vehicle and crashed. One of the occupants, Sinoti Dladla, 31, died at the scene, whilst 2 passengers sustained injuries due to the crash. The suspect, who was the driver, was not injured and managed to flee the scene during the shootout with the police. None of the police officers were injured. Cases of attempted murder and culpable homicide were opened at the Camperdown police station.
Camperdown is around between again none. If you understand the KZN, usuka eDurban uthi Pinetown. While at Pinetown, you go down, there's a place, Cliffdale, you go up to Hammersdale, which is known as Mpumalanga. Remember the 205 that we're talking about in Mpumalanga in KZN?
Yes.
Then from Mpumalanga, you have Camperdown. Then from Camperdown, then you have Pietermaritzburg. Now, Noni, 16310 of 2018, this would have been a case open. Now, they took the Camperdown issue, they confused it with the Nongoma case. Because there can't be a Nongoma case of 163-2010 that involve or these people, none. That involves these people. uMakimba Buthelezi noThabani Ngwenya. Because these are the people that they spoke about in court. They're involved in a taxi violence. Hence, I've always maintained that when these things, the Buthelezi and the Spears, they were fighting in this place in KZN. There was a huge family feud that was brewing then. So that's when now uMakimba Buthelezi then gets arrested in August 2018. So already in October 2018, uMakimba and Nolo Khuzana and Thabani Ngwenya, they are already arrested. Now, so there was no way that now you can mix up the issue of Camperdown, because in Camperdown, the person that is being wanted at Camperdown, the only thing that comes close to the Senzo Mayowa case, it's because the person was detained in Kalagabosha, sharing a cell with accused number 5. And Mokgane and Kininda in 2020 September, when they went to Kalagabosha to meet up with Uya.
Ufrizile ke ngoku. Yes, isigaxa, guys. Okay.
Brigadier Kininda to say that they were working on the case. Yamakimba Buthelezi and Marco, they will have known that Danzi will have not been party to that, because uMakimba Buthelezi, when he was arrested firstly in 2013, when he's arrested in 2013 and then he gets released in 2016. While he's being released in 2016, there's a shootout that takes place. Umkhunu and the person of Ngomezulu surname that was also killed, basically. They were involved in a taxi violence. Then uMakimba then is the one that gets suspected for that. uThabani Ngwenya yena just happened to be, yena was arrested esekhasini ezolalela enye case, because uThabani Ngwenya yena was close with uMarco Buthelezi, who is the younger brother of Makimba, but related no Buthelezi, whom uMarco Buthelezi was close to accused number 1's uncle.
China.
No, these gentlemen, Bakanangoma, they are known. Taxi business, it's either gets dominated by particular one family, you understand, or few families that will dominate the space. So the guys are actually known. So what I'm trying to say when I'm joining the dots, I'm saying, but wait a minute. The only case that could happen that will be closer to any person that is associated with the Senzo case, I only see a link via a cell in Kalagabosha, where in Kalagabosha, accused number 5 was sharing a cell with a person who was arrested for a case of a Camberdown. And that person, we know that the people that also died there. And then it's the case that was opened in October 2018 in Camberdown.
Yay!
Because we know now that even though Omar Kimba had other cases that were pending, but the case that prevails with you, it's the case that you are arrested for. Because when he's arrested in 2018 August, he's being arrested at his home for possession of firearm and unlicensed firearm and ammunition. Do you understand? Then he gets detained for that. Then while he's being detained for that, then they add other cases where he's a suspect of. We also have seen that with accused number 3 in the Maiwa case. The only case that convicted him is a Cleveland case of 2015. But he gets arrested with the case of Cleveland 2015 for possession of ammunition and firearm. Then another case then gets added to him. But the main case that he gets arrested for is the one of possession of firearm and unlicensed ammunition.
Yes.
Now, so hence I am saying that when I'm looking through at the data that is currently on the internet, and I'm also trying to understand that, but wait a minute, we know that there could have never been a case that involved Uthabani Ngwenya as well as Makimba Buthelezi in October, because they could not have committed any crime in October because they were already in detention.
Yes.
You understand? So now, any case that will lead the investigators to go around a Nongoma case, it could be any other person. But when they went all out and say, Untanzi is linked to this case where the 2 hitmen were convicted in Pietermaritzburg, which is Makimba Buthelezi and Ngwenya. But it can't be, because if then Makimba gets arrested for possession of unlicensed firearm, and then the other person gets arrested, they all are joined together, they are sentenced together. How will Ntanzi become part of that? That is what Mngomezulu was saying, which no. Untanzi is nowhere even mentioned in that case.
Because his name was supposed to be somewhere there if he was part of the case.
Yes.
So now why are they including him now?
Yes. So this notion of saying that we further went on to actually do certain things, it becomes very suspicious now. Because even the very same person that Mohane and Brigadier Gininda went to in Kalagabosha, guess what? That person worked with Gininda before Uyaka on a run of case.
No,
yes. He worked with Gininda worked with Yaga before in a run of Krecha. Uyaga used to be the head of security in Zondervader. In Zondervader, when Paul O'Sullivan said they've received information, Uguturona Van Krecha is planning a James Bond escape in the prison. Paul O'Sullivan, who was he working with in a Krecha case? With Brigadier Gininda, who then now gets to be tipped off to come and actually work and activate. It's information that is freely available on the internet. It's just that you have to know what you're looking for you to join
Yes.
the dot. So now, for me, I'm having a serious problem because all these people, Brigadier Kininda has worked with them before. Why is it a coincidence that now we are the same person?
You're frozen now, Kosiam, while he was bringing in the juice. Come back, Jabulo. Come back, come back. Your network is fine, and my network is also fine. So I'm not sure why we are frozen. I'm really not sure. The jealousy of this network because Jabulo is bringing Skaka. Come true. The network is freezing. And he's busy telling us the thing. And guess what? We are not even there what we wanted to talk about, but Unjabulo is busy with Isikaka after the other. Okay, he's coming back. Are you back?
Yes, I actually had to join with the phone now.
Okay.
So, because the laptop, I think the battery wasn't charging. So,
Okay.
yes. But then, no, what is important is that I become to have a problem where with all the people that Brigadier Kininda has worked with, and they've now find themselves being key witnesses in a sense of Mewa case. We've said today's discussion will be, why did we behave this way? Let me run through those sequence of events. Now,
Okay.
we have an investigating officer who's a lead investigator in the case of Senzo Mayo by the name of Brigadier Kininda. And we have a prosecutor who's a prosecutor in the case by the name of Advocate George Baloyi.
Yes.
Now, we see that Brigadier Kininda has told us that he wanted to bring Kelly to the witness, he wanted to arrest Kelly. He said he had the J50 warrant of arrest for Kelly to be arrested. Guess what he told us? He says, no, the NPA did not want to execute, to sign the warrant of arrest. Now, when the defense lawyer are asking, Brigadier Kininda, why did you behave this way? Brigadier says, no, the prosecutor said so. I was instructed by the prosecutor. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now then we move to an instances now where the lead investigator, Brigadier Kininda, had junior investigators in his team by the name of Mohane and Mohol.
Yes.
When Mohola is asked, no, the brigadier is going to come and answer to that. When Mohane is asked, but Mohane, why did you behave this way? No, the brigadier is going to come and answer that. When Steyn is cornered and asked him, but Steyn, we don't have proof. Where did you get these numbers? And Steyn says, no, these numbers I was given by the brigadier. Yes, when the brigadier comes, the defense asks him, but brigadier, why do you behave this way? We have had evidence that there is a linkages between number 3 and Kelly Kumar, but you cannot prove that. Brigadier says, no ways. I have information that was given to me by Steyn. And then he pulls another email of record now, which the current record is ending at page 49. But the ones that he's pulling through, they go to page 52 or 51. And when he reads there, he reads the analysis that was done by Steyn. Strange enough, Steyn cut off this information. Steyn cut off this information. Then Brigadier started reading. He says, he reads all the numbers. He first reads the numbers that were linked to Kelly. It's number of Babaga Longwe. It's a number of General Sibia. and the number of another friend, Kelly, and the number of somebody else. But he reads about 5 numbers. He says, no ways. That's Brigadier now telling us there's no ways. Then people comes and says, no, Steyn must come back second round. And Steyn being asked, Steyn, we had to ping here telling us, this number does not exist. This call does not exist. Steyn, why do you behave this way? He says, no. I was with the advocate, the prosecutor, when I changed this. Why did we behave this way?
The prosecutor said, Amos.
Yes. When you ask the investigators, what do you say to this? No, the brigadier is going to come. When you ask the brigadier why you did not arrest Kale, he says, no, the prosecutor is this thing. When you ask the brigadier, but Umchiyako, what was happening with Umchiyako? The brigadier says, don't tell me anything about Umchiyako, because I know that Umchiyako and the prosecutor, they were even busy about to finalize a 105 agreement with that.
So don't you dare
That's the brigadier. Yes, that's the brigadier. The brigadier says, no, don't ask me. Ask the prosecutor. Now, maybe we're going to a point where one of the rare occasions, the prosecutor will have to take a stand. If the defense is brave enough, they need to put Baloyi on the stand to answer those things and say, Brigadier, this is what you said. You said Umchiyak was in discussion with the prosecutor about a possible 105. I don't know how far that was gone. Maybe we'll have to put the prosecutor, because when the defense lawyer Ramsipiles put it to the witness and says, I have a problem with what you said, because another witness who was in the house said the phone was found under the stove. Who stands up and object? It's the prosecutor. So, witness, why did you behave this way?
The prosecutor said so. And now you're reminding me, who was that guy who Nisi was asking about pictures, and that guy said, the prosecutor said.
Yes, it's Mabasa. It's Mabasa. When Mabasa is asking, why are you explaining this way? The consistent, we've even had the clip known where it says Nisi talking about the credibility. And then Mabasa says, the prosecutor said, I must say so.
The entire case is about the prosecutor, Mos.
Yes, because even the lead investigator tells the court and says, when it's about me, I will have brought all these witnesses in court. But the prosecutor said no.
I think you are right when you say at some point the defense needs to challenge the prosecutor to take the stand, because there's a lot of things that he must answer to, even though he is not arrested.
Yes, he needs to be a witness and clarify certain things.
If not, then there is a case that needs to be opened against him. Why is he too much involved in this like this?
Well, like I said, things that are technical in law, yes, I may not be over. I'm just purely an analyst. I'm just here to tell you, why did we behave this way?
Sure.
Because the prosecutor said so.
And then lastly, one of the weirdest things, we're not saying it's illegal, we don't know, we don't work there by legal fraternity, but what we've never seen before, maybe it had happened, but it's just that it was not public. The prosecutor himself started from the lower court up to the high court with this case. He's been babying the case the entire time. And then we have witnesses that are responding to say, because the prosecutor said so. Yeah, Njabulo. Oh, Njabulo. This is mind-blowing there, because I don't think most of us, maybe we were listening and hearing these things, but I don't think they reflected the way they are right now when we're having this discussion. It's a big deal. And there's a lot of things for the prosecutor to answer for.
Yes, so when when we are closing this discussion, we're saying we started with Ndanzi and the incorrect cases. So why? Because the cases and the prosecutor should have actually verified these cases and says, no, guys, what you're saying, it's not making sure. It's not tying up together. Do you understand? And then, so now you have Ndanzi being linked to a case that shouldn't exist, that doesn't exist, basically. Now, then you have another instances where you have police officers. What are we? How much time do we have left?
1 minute.
Yes. Then we have witnesses that will come there and says they went to Kalagabosha and collected evidence, but there's no record of them. There's no way, Noni, that you can get into a prison and get out with information without signing in the main gate, on the OP of the gate.
I win.
Now we're gonna talk about on the next thing how the evidence was being stolen or was being smuggled out.
Jabula, thank you. We'll talk about that in our next video. I don't know when we will be having that sit-in, but wow. Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. Enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy your day, Jabula. Bye-bye.